All right, hello and good morning, everyone, to Waking Up with Waffles, the series where we get up early in the morning and play video games. It is Friday, which means we're almost there. I know I'm one of the lucky few who gets Fridays off, but I know for most of you, we're closing in, right? We still got to work today, but we just got to make one more good day, and then we have the weekend finally. So, welcome in. Tell me your weekend plans and what you got excited for the month of May. There's a couple things going on tomorrow that I'm kind of excited for. We have a new local comic book store and they are doing a costume contest. Sadly, the costume contest is like 8 hours long. So I don't know how many people are actually going to show up or how long they're going to be there for. But I'm kind of hoping to go get some good photos, so maybe.
Taking fire.
Maybe there'll be some good stuff there. I don't know. So that's my goal, is to go to the local video game store and enjoy some good cosplay. I really want to join the cosplay community. I know we were talking about this last time. There's a cosplay I've been dying to get, but it's so expensive that I just can't. I can't justify it. But someday I will get it. Oh, interesting. The one thing I like about this game, really like about this game, is that it's small, and it's so small that it's actually got like a community, and I'm recognizing some of the names, like some of the people I'm seeing here, like Claire Rawl is someone I've played like 3 or 4 matches with already, so it's kind of cool to get like rivals and nemesi, people that you've seen a few times before. It's really cool to see them again, like, oh hey, I know you, I'm scared of you, or oh hey you, I'm gonna take you down and thrash you like I did last time. It's just really fun to see those same rivals pop up over and over and over again. There's my alarm to wake up. Oh, what a miss. Okay, let's go to get this tower and teach these guys a lesson. It's also kind of concerning though when you play and you're like, hey, I played with you 5 hours ago and I logged on and you're still playing. So like, what are you doing? Take a break, yo. Like you've been on for way too long. Arbex, hello. Enclave. This is Wild Assault. It is a new shooter that came out that's kind of like Overwatch and Battlefield. Oh, that was a terrible shot. That was better.
Be careful. It's an ambush.
These freaking bots, man. Thank you.
Cover me.
But it's very small. Like don't expect to get a ton of players. Like even at peak, there's only usually 5 or 10 people in a game at once. So it's still really small, unfortunately. But I'd love to see them get a little bit bigger, a little bit more notoriety. But here's where we are. You know, I'm about as good as a bot, so it doesn't bother me too much to fight the bots when they fill the rest of the match with bots. But we're actually lucky. There's probably about 5 or 6 real people in here. But they're all on my team, so we're kind of dominating. But once it fills out a little bit more, we should be in the money. Let's see someone coming. Man, I am not on it today.
Air support ready.
There we go. It's a few good hits.
Taking fire.
We are taking Bravo.
Oh wow, we're pushing them back bad. If we're taking Bravo too, we're gonna own everything. We are dominating these dudes.
Securing Bravo. Stay alert.
Are you a furry in the game? Yes. Everyone calls this furry Call of Duty or furry Battlefield. There's wolves and cats and bears and rabbits and skunks and foxes, and
We've lost
I want to
Charlie.
say a meerkat. I'm pretty sure that's a meerkat. I'm not
acquiring Bravo.
100% certain of that, but I'm pretty sure that's a meerkat right there, right? Like that's a
taking
Timon.
Charlie.
Yeah.
We have the lead. Defend the targets.
Oh, and a tiger. There's a very mean tiger with a very good ability that roars at you, and you lose ability to use your guns for like 5 seconds, and that's awful. There's a cow. I think that's all the characters. Is the game free? No, they are charging. I want to say it's $20 for the game, and then there is a optional paid battle pass, but the battle pass is literally just like skins, so nothing that affects gameplay. But and the skins, honestly, so far they have had like this is a skin for this character, and all the skin does is turn the character blue. Granted, it is a free skin that they offer. It's like I didn't pay for it, but like if all you're going to do is recolor one color on the entire skin, like that's real weak skin game, not gonna lie. Division, my morning is going pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a little bit of anxiety this morning. Good morning, Bubble, because today is my doctor's appointment. I finally after 8 months, I finally get to go to the doctor about my anxiety and depression. And that's a good thing. I'm very excited for that. But I always have this fear, and I know it's like an irrational fear. I know it's like an anxiety fear sort of thing. But like, I always have this fear that I'm just gonna like walk into the doctor and he's gonna take one look at me and be like, "Yep, you've got butt cancer. We're gonna have to go ahead and remove that." Or he'll be like, "I can smell the diabetes on you. You've got stage 9 diabetes, and we're gonna have to remove your foot immediately." Like, I know it's completely irrational, but like, I always that is what goes through my mind. So it makes it a little bit, painstaking to go to the doctor. But I'm very happy to finally go in and hopefully get some help. That is most appreciated. So a little bit of anxiety, but it'll hopefully all pay off soon. I think you had a fracture on your hand. The fake homie called me out on a fight. I tell you, fighting 99% of the time, fighting is not worth it. For that exact reason, fracturing hands, breaking bones. Let the haters hate. Stage 9 diabetes. I know it's not a real thing. I know that. Logically, I know that. But, anxiety isn't logic-based all the time, right? That's what makes anxiety suck, is it's not based in reality. It's not based on logic. It's your body just doing these what ifs, like, but what if? What if they discovered a new super diabetes in you? And like, how can you argue with that? Like, you're right, body. What if? What if that? I don't know what I would do if that. So let's worry about it.
Request assistance immediately.
Man, you think I'd hit one of these shots? There we go. What is this game? This is Wild Assault. The furry Call of Duty, so to speak.
We've reached the halfway point. Lead us to victory.
It's a ton of fun, though. I know that a lot of people are going to just pass it on by immediately because they hear the word furry and they're like, oh, ew. But the game is actually a lot of fun. Like, it's the right kind of... Like, there's a little bit of jank here and there, but it's fun. It works. It's semi-balanced. Like, it's just a fun experience. So, this is Wild Assault. Miss. There we go.
Reloading. Cover me.
Ooh, that is not such a good word there. You might want to rethink that, Noble.
Reloading. Cover me.
Had to update your phone.
Firing alpha.
Yeah, I agree. I've never had a phone update come through where I was like, wow, I really appreciate this phone update. This was such a good update. Like 90% of updates are like, okay, nothing changed. And then when it is something to change, it's just an annoyance of like, okay, now I've got to click 2 more buttons, or I've got to move this around, or whatever it may be. So I agree. I'm not a fan of phone updates. I've never really had one that, but yes, please continue to update my phone in this way. All right, 1 second here. Let's do. Thank you, mods, for taking care of that. I thought we did, but maybe not.
No problem.
Oh, there's someone over here. Boom, headshot. So that's all that matters in the game, right? Like, people talk all day long about like technicalities, like, well, the game is not optimized the best, or the game you know, technically only has 50,000 lines of code, so really it's kind of small. Like, all that matters at the end of the day is it fun? And that's all that matters, is this fun? And it is. All right, I went ahead and timed him out. He's gone for 24 hours. Maybe sit and think about your life choices. I know you're not going to, but maybe you should.
Are leading. Well done, soldiers.
Every time you say this game's name, I need to remember this so I can answer the question. So here's the thing. This is like one of those annoying things that we always talk about, like things that creators do, and like finding a balance between doing annoying stuff and all that. So I could put the name of the game right on the screen so everyone could see it, right? But the fact of the matter is, if I don't put it there, then when people scroll by, they're going to see the game, they're going to be interested in it, and they're going to ask, like, hey, what's the name of this game? And it gets people to engage and talk and that sort of thing, which helps the stream. So as much as I don't like that, it's just one of those realities of it is that I need some way to get some engagement occasionally, and that's a way to get some engagement without having to do, like, rage baiting and all those sorts of things. So
defend the position.
Reloading. Cover me.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So it's one of those unfortunate things. If you want to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band, right? Like, if you want to stream on YouTube, you've got to do something to get a little bit of engagement. So I figure that on the list of harmful and annoying things that YouTubers do, that's probably on the lower end of annoying and awful. Controlling people's speech is lame. Well, this is a family-friendly channel, and we don't need people spamming the N-word, so they can go do that elsewhere.
Charlie is now in enemy hands.
It is my channel, and my word goes, and I don't like to be that person, but sometimes you gotta be that person, because people on the internet just are not well house trained, I guess is the polite way to say it. There are some absolutely feral people out there.
Tango in sight.
Oh, there's someone right there. Oh, they spotted me. Okay, well, we'll see maybe if we can flank them. I looked out in my backyard yesterday, and to my shock, a feral cat had kittens in my backyard. So we once again have to deal with kittens, which I am not hyped for. Every year for like the past 5 years, we've had to deal with kittens because there are so many feral cats running around that have babies, and then either we have to give them all away, and then it happens again next year, or we let them stay, and then the problem becomes worse. They are so cute, though. After this match, I will pull up a picture. They let me take some pictures of them, and they are the most adorable kittens ever. Very, very adorable, but I don't want to deal with them. Chili Bill, yes, it is furry Call of Duty.
Taking fire.
I don't want any more cats. That is the problem. Is I do not want any more cats. I've reached a point in my life where after my current animals have passed, I'm going to take a few years with no animals, so we have no responsibilities. So if we want to take a week-long vacation without having to worry about the cats getting lonely or, you know, being sad or needing fed or anything like that, we can. Just a little bit less responsibility. You can catch the mom and contact a local rescue to spay and release her. We've talked about it. She actually disappeared for about 3 months, so we thought somebody had did that. They did not. We were wrong. But yeah, she's very, very, very skittish, so it's going to be very difficult to catch and release her. We want to, but sadly it won't solve the problem. There are so many strays in the neighborhood that we have like 30 stray cats in the neighborhood, so that's a lot of catch and release we need to do to start helping the population.
We have Bravo. We have the lead.
Boom!
Defend the targets.
Headshot. That would have been impressive if I didn't immediately miss afterwards and show that it was all luck.
Bravo is taking fire. Defend the position.
I have too much cat-based furniture to do that.
We are winning. Push forward and finish them up. It's almost done. Good job.
Reloading.
Keep it up.
Cover me.
We've lost Bravo.
I also have a hilarious set of photos. I got to make the video today. So Google Gemini announced that they are now allowing you to edit your photos with their AI. So I put in one of my photos and I was like, hey, I'll try it. Take this photo and can you make this more in focus? Like, let's see how good this program really is. And literally, so I said, can you make this biscuit more in focus of a piece of food photography that I did at a tea house? And it literally just grabbed like a stock photo of biscuits. It was like, is this what you want? Like zero effort, terrible 0 out of 10. Is this what we're worried is going to steal all of our jobs? Because that was the worst effort I've ever seen. I was flabbergasted. Like, it didn't even try. It didn't even try. It just got a stock photo of biscuits. Meanwhile, ChatGPT can edit photos, I dare say, darn near better than I can. And I've been editing photos for like 5 years, and like ChatGPT can do a lot of the like really basic stuff really quick and really flawless, and that's pretty darn impressive.
Oh yeah.
Well, our squad just got wiped. Doesn't matter. We won this match, but just count down 37, 35, 34. See if we can get one more. Let's see if we can get one more.
Position.
There they are. One more headshot right before the end of the match. Ah, no, I missed. All right, you guys, y'all want to see a kitten photo? Do you want to see the kitten photo that I was able to take? Let me pull up the kitten photo so you all can enjoy. He's got the most beautiful, like, little opal eyes. So adorable. All right, let's see. Where is... Here we go. And now we need to add a source, grab a window capture, add a new window capture, and it's gonna be there we go. Look at that. Look at that kitten. Look at that photograph. Every time I do makes me laugh. Look at how adorable he is. We are playing Wild Assault right now. I just wanted to show off a kitty photo. He was in our backyard and super adorable. So there you go. There was a kitten photo for you all to enjoy today. Very cute. And his brothers, he's got four kittens in total. There's a gray one. There is a long-haired calico, which I don't think I've ever seen a long-haired calico. And then there's two oranges. And the orange cats are very much the epitome of dumb orange already.
Fight for justice. Fight.
Why
for
bees?
us.
Are you talking about the bees behind me? So I'm playing with, that's another one of those things. You know, influencer craves attention. More news at 10. I saw my, I thought that having something for a background for my, like, behind me, if it was interesting, it would help draw people in. They'd see something interesting. So I'm in the process of getting something commissioned, but while I'm working on what I want to commission, I was sitting there thinking, okay, like what would be interesting to have behind me that could like draw a little bit of attention and be like a fun talking point. So I decided to try out these bees and just having like these bees floating behind me to see if it's interesting enough for a conversation starter. Abyss Walker, you got baited by a kitty. I love taking photos, and kitten photos are the best. So anytime I get an excuse to go take kitten photos, I am gonna go take kitten photos. But like getting attention on YouTube live streams, like there's a lot of different ways to get attention, and I don't agree with 90% of them. But yesterday I was just looking for like ideas and say, okay, what are other people doing on YouTube lives? You know, what's everyone doing? And I came across a stream where this guy had like, I want to say 99 viewers, almost 100 viewers, and he had no sound. And all it was like a bunch of random like GIFs of different characters from like different games dancing. And it just had a robot voice that said, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube. And I like it. Why are 100 people watching this? And why is he getting subscribers from that? Like, you hear all this advice from like really big content creators who will tell you that like, oh, well, the key to success is to make really high quality content, you know, and then people will want to come back and watch your videos. And then you watch that and you realize that's a load of bunk. It has nothing to do with high quality at all, because nothing about that was high quality. That was just pure brain rot.
Reloading. Cover me.
Oh, Petoni says hi. Hi, Petoni. I need to link up with Petoni because Emmy's been making so many rosaries that she has too many, and we want to do some giveaways, and I thought maybe Petoni would like some rosaries to do a giveaway for. Never check out YouTube short live streams. It's pure brain rot. Well, see, that's the thing, is like my stream here is advertised on YouTube Shorts live, so that's what I'm fighting against. You can either watch me play Furry Battlefield and talk about my anxiety, or you can watch some kid with brain rot. Like those are your two choices. Choose wisely. And apparently people prefer to choose the brain rot, which I try not to take it personally, but that does hurt my feelings a little bit, that people would much rather watch somebody do, please subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, rather than watch me. Like, what does that say about me, right? Like,
Time to go. Hold your fire.
hurts the feelings just a little bit. Just a scratch.
Enemy is taking Echo. The enemy is attacking Alpha. Request assistance immediately.
Taking fire. Reloading. Cover me.
There's also an interesting scandal with this game. I don't know if it's true or not, but people have accused the devs of this. I'm really interested to see. So, like I said, there's bots in the game. They occasionally put bots in if they can't get enough humans to fill the game. And if you look at the bot names, there are all sorts of like interesting bot names. Someone said that on some of the bots have stolen streamer names. Like at the end of the name, there's a .ttv or things like that. And that's really interesting if the bots are taking on like YouTube and streamer names to like trick you into thinking it's a real person, and other people have accused them of they're like taking actual like streamers' names, like real streamer names, to convince you that like, oh hey, you know, PewDiePie is playing the game or whatever. I don't know if that's actually true. I've seen the TTV names, but I don't know whether or not those are real streamers or if they're fake or not. I played Pokemon yesterday for the events. I somehow got 2 shiny Gimmighoul's, nabbed a couple extra shiny Growlithe, and a Swablu. Did you see?
Secure the perimeter. Charlie is taking fire.
They think they have the next 2 Pokemon games. People think that they found the next 2 Pokemon games. Not the Legend YZ whatever, but the actual like mainline Pokemon games. They think they found the files for the next Pokemon game, and it's going to be allegedly Pokemon Winds and Waves. So maybe we're going back to the Hawaii Alola region. That sounds very like Surfer Boy-ish, so interesting rumors. Doubt they're true, but I don't know. Leaks have been on point lately. We had the Oblivion leaks that were true. We had Titanfall leaks that were they were making Titanfall 3, which was absolutely true. And then right after they leaked it, they announced that they are canceling the game forever. So that was a huge bummer that we finally got proof that Titanfall 3 was happening, and then they immediately canceled it. Can you not spoil that? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm only saying the names of it. I'm not going to talk about the starter Pokemon. I'm not going to talk about anything in the games, just that allegedly our next Pokemon games are called Winds and Waves, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. I promise.
Nowhere to hide.
Boom!
A neutral item. We have Echo.
They're trying to sue Discord to give up the IP info for that guy who leaked everything. Sadly, I'm pretty sure that Discord as we know it is on its way out. Everyone's talking about this, and I'm fairly confident that everyone is right, that the game is, or Discord is going IPO, which means initial public offering, which means if it becomes publicly traded, they're going to want to make more money. And the pursuit of money is what ruins everything. And what made Discord so great is going to disappear so fast.
We've lost Charlie.
Like, I'm confident they're going to start charging like either a subscription fee, or it'll be like you can only be in 3 Discords, and then you have to pay for extended pass to get into more Discords. They're going to do something, right? That's the point I'm making. It is going to milk people for money one way or another, which is a shame, because before Discord we had to have TeamSpeak, and TeamSpeak was okay, but it cost a lot of money, and that's why everyone went to Discord, because it was a free alternative. And I understand, like, you need to make money somehow. You can't just have everything for free, right? So I get that they need to make money somehow, but like, I don't think they're going to do it in the right way. I don't think they're going to do it in a way that is respectful to the consumers. So rest in peace, Discord. We will all have to move on to something else. And I am too old to move on to something else. Like, I'm fairly confident that once Discord is down and we all move to something else, that's it. I'm not moving. I'm done. I will be the boomer who remains on Facebook. I will stay on Discord because I'm not ready to hop over to something else. it'll take a few years, long enough for there to be acceptable replacements. The CEO stepped down and apparently is still an advisor. That is good to know. That is good to know. It will take some time.
I got you in my scope.
So we got 3 people running towards us.
Changing mag.
Discord definitely has some issues, and that's this is something we've brought up before, but you know, it always bears repeating. Like, we need to hold companies more accountable. Like, Call of Duty lobbies are very gross and full of horribly abusive and terrible things. There's so many just awful things, and we just let the companies get away with it and say, oh well, that's just the companies, that's just people being bad on the internet. Like, no, the company can do something about it. The company could choose to start banning people or saying, hey, we don't appreciate that here, so get rid of it. Like, the company could do that. They're just scared to for whatever reason. So we need to hold the companies accountable. The Battlefield, the Call of Duty, all of them need to be said, hey, shape up your player base, get rid of some of this garbage and make it more acceptable and appropriate, or we're gonna fine you. Because the way it is now is just awful. Like, the fact that a lot of times people recommend, like, the best way to experience a video game is to just go in and immediately shut off all player communication. Like, that's awful. That's like the #1 tip on League of Legends is when you start a new League of Legends account, go ahead and immediately mute every single person so you don't have to listen to another living soul talk, because they're all so awful that there's no benefit to hearing them say anything. That's a problem, right?
Danger, stay low.
And they can do something about it, and they choose not to. Call of Duty lobbies are fine. I wouldn't know. I haven't touched a Call of Duty lobby in forever. I do not have the sweat in me to be successful at Call of Duty anymore. I don't have the reflexes to be a successful Call of Dutyite, Call of Duty doer. I don't know what the proper term is, but I'm not good at it.
Reloading. Cover me.
Parents should definitely look into their kids' online activity. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, no doubt that parents are to blame for a lot of problems of just letting their kids run wild on YouTube, run wild on Discord, run wild on TikTok. Like, there's definitely some blame with the parents. I 100% agree with that.
Be careful. It's an ambush.
I cannot tell you how, like, uncomfortable I get when a child pops up in my chat. Like, I'm a 33-year-old dude. There's no reason that I should be talking to someone who is like 12 or 13. So it's always that grab bag gamble. Like, I'm just sitting here streaming, and then all of a sudden a 9-year-old will pop up in my chat, and it's just like, why? Why do you allow this, YouTube? I have no reason to talk to this person.
Reloading. Cover me. Tango inside. Fire in the hole. Taking fire. Yeah.
Let's see if we can flank these guys. Maybe we'll come up and around. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, that is exactly why I do not join random Discord servers, because like same thing. I'll join a Discord server because, like, hey, I'm really in this fandom. I really enjoy this piece of media. I would like to meet other people who enjoy this media, and I'd like to talk about this media. And you join it, and all it is either a bunch of incels spamming a bunch of really hateful, terrible things about women, a bunch of children spamming really hateful, stupid things they don't know. They don't know how to say anything better. They don't know any better. Or best case scenario, which is also bad, there's no one in the Discord and the Discord is dead. Like, I have never joined a Discord, I don't think, and was like, hey, I'm really glad this exists. The only exception, I guess, that is the Catholic Discords I'm in. but I feel like that's obviously because it's Catholic, and so it's a lot more curated. So those tend to be a little bit better. But even sometimes in the Catholic spaces, we get those really rad trad kids, and I very much dislike dealing with them too. So.
We are acquiring Echo. We've taken the lead.
Oh,
Good
that was a
job,
miss.
team. Alpha is taking fire. Defend the
Taking
position.
fire.
We've lost Alpha.
Reloading. Cover me. Cover's blown. Time to go.
Neutral item is ready for drop.
Oh, let's see if I can get to you, buddy. I'll see if I can resurrect you, but I doubt it.
Cover me.
We are leading.
Discords need to be well curated with a lot of good mods. Like a good set of rules and a good set of mods definitely make a difference in a group.
Enemy is taking the
This
neutral
is
item.
Wild Assault. People have deemed it the furry Call of Duty or furry Battlefield.
Take it back.
Resurrect this guy.
Be careful. Fire in the hole.
Oh, terrible.
Changing mag.
Ah, I knew that person was coming from behind me. That's okay.
Mark the location.
Match is almost over, so. Boom, another win.
I don't care how they see me.
I did see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 just hit Game Pass for people to play again. And it's really strange to see people like talking about it with nostalgia. Like, oh man, I want to go back to the old Call of Duty, the good Call of Duty. Like that, I'm pretty sure that Modern Warfare came out in 2019. Like, do we really have nostalgia as 2019 so long ago that people are saying that's the old Call of Duty? Like, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but maybe, I guess. See, we need 1,000 more experience to unlock the weapon that we want to unlock. So, here we go. I once had to actually DM and talk with some 13-year-old for like 3 hours to explain why writing a relationship between a 14 and 24-year-old is morally reprehensible and bad. And like, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the internet is a wild place, and when all these kids have unfiltered access to everything, there's some wild things they get from it. And like, this pops up all the time when I'm trying to find a good Dungeons and Dragons game, because I love me a good Dungeons and Dragons game. When I join a Dungeons and Dragons game, the first thing I say is, I will not play in your game. I will not play with you. I will not allow you at my table. I want nothing to do with you if you are playing this game to commit some sort of like essay or any sort of really like gross crimes against people, like inappropriate touching, anything in that realm. That's the first thing I always say. I will not play with you if that is one of your goals in this game. And the amount of times that I've had players who say, okay, well then I'm not interested, no thank you, or DMs who will say like, oh, well, grow up. I can't believe that needs to be stated up front, that I'm not playing in your game for your weird, creepy basement fetish, and they get upset, and that there are people who will defend it. Oh yeah, my writing when I was 13 was terrible too. Don't get me wrong, it's still terrible, but it used to be terrible too.
Be advised. Mission is a go.
It's also like another prevalent problem, and this became a problem because of the memes. Like, it always existed, but it's only gotten worse over the years because of the memes. The whole like, I'm gonna play a bard and I'm gonna try and seduce every dragon and every barmaid that I come across because I'm a bard. Like, started as a meme, people overplayed it, and now it just ruins games. And again, I can't believe how many people are like, well, if you're not going to let me sit here and weirdly describe my fan fiction with this fantasy adventure girl, then I'm not going to play. Good. Go away. I don't want that. I don't want that in my games. I don't know why anyone does want that in their games. It's weird. I'm sorry. It's 100% weird. It is weird to want to sit in a group around 6 or 7 other people and describe a fantasy relationship with an elf girl and roll dice about it. That is a weird thing. And I know people say, well, don't shame people. I think it's okay to shame someone in that scenario. They need to know that that is not appropriate behavior. You can have themes like that in your writing, but there's a way to execute it. Oh, that's exactly the point. Yes, there are some great books and stories that have those themes in them, but those are being written by one person who has control of the entire narrative and is telling a story. It's not 6 incels sitting around a table playing out their fantasies. That's the difference. So can it be done well? Certainly. Will it be done well at a Dungeons and Dragons table? Never. No. I feel like I need a spray bottle and a newspaper. Just no. Bad. No. Why would you want to do that? That's what I'm saying. It happens all the time. There are people who literally want to play Dungeons and Dragons to try and seduce the dragons and barmaids. Like, that's their whole goal. Like, I'm going to be in this game because I want to do this very specific thing. And again, like, it goes back to, dude, I'm a 33-year-old dude. Like, you really want to have this pretend fantasy session with some old hairy dude? Like, think about it. Think, Mark. Think.
Patch you up. Rally to me.
So that's my Dungeons and Dragons rant for the day. I'm hoping now that Dungeons and Dragons 2024 has come out and people aren't super happy with it, that maybe we'll reach a point where Dungeons and Dragons is not as popular anymore and we can go back to the old days of playing D&D. I never want to say something got too accessible, but Dungeons and Dragons got too accessible and too open, and it got watered down with all the people who came into the hobby and they don't know the rules, they don't know the unwritten rules, and yeah, it became a mess. Certain people have certain themes and topics they want to work in for whatever reason. I'm just saying I've seen it written with those themes and treated as a horrible crime and consequences. I mostly play with random people, and that might be the difference. Like, if you're playing with people like that you're friends with, or like a local group that like understand everything, maybe it's a little bit better. But I only play with random people online because I don't have any friends near me in real life. And when you're playing with random people, you usually have to have more strict rules and be a little bit harsher because you just never know what you're gonna get when you're dealing with random people. It's like the world's worst grab bag.
Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready.
Oh, they're coming! Hurry! Get up!
We are acquiring Bravo. The enemy is attacking Bravo.
The thing is, your writing's only gonna get better by writing, right? Like, that's the only way to improve writing is to practice writing. So
Good job, team.
keep at it. My wife and I are writing a book, slowly but surely, and my writing is still awful. Basically, when I'm writing my sections of the book, I have to write it, and then she has to read it and rewrite it, so it all has consistent tone and writing style and all of that. So keep practicing, and that's why I love Dungeons and Dragons the most, is to get to write, to practice my writing and playing with it. So that is, without a doubt, the best part of Dungeons and Dragons to me, is getting to play with the writing.
Watch out for enemy movements.
Boom! Why is there so much shooting going on? What is going on? Where?
Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready. Watch out for enemy movements.
Securing Delta. Stay alert. Neutral item is ready for drop.
Oh, come on. He has 1 hit point left. I couldn't hit one more bullet. I couldn't hit one more bullet. There we go.
Neutral item has landed.
In fact, if you want to do even more writing, if you look for what's called a play-by-post game, there is a small but dedicated community to people who play Dungeons and Dragons entirely by playing by post. So they put like a post. It started on forums, but a lot of people do on Discord now. So you post a post on Discord, then they post a post back, and it's, you know, more heavily writing and narrative driven, and it makes for a much more enjoyable D&D experience, in my opinion, having like the time to actually write everything out and the details of your character and how you react and your actions and all that. Like, it's a very, very enjoyable experience to actually write a full scene and not just, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the shopkeep, you know? So if you like writing in Dungeons and Dragons, the play-by-post community is amazing. But be warned, you will run into some creeps there too.
Precision artillery is ready to launch.
So, you know, that's just a fact of life. There will always be.
Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready.
You use a collection of Google Docs. That's really cool though, right? Having it all in Google Docs so you can like read where you came from, where you're going, what stories you're telling. That's such a cool tool to have nowadays. Before, you would just keep it in a bunch of notebooks and then you lose them when you move or in a house fire or something like that, and then it's just gone forever. So the fact that you have it is just like a really cool thing. Creeps are everywhere. It's a fair point. That is definitely true. There's no escaping it.
Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready. Rally to me.
We are mowing these dudes down with this machine gun. I almost feel bad. Almost.
Justice knows no boundaries. Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready. Reloading.
Role-playing on Discord? Yeah, exactly. Role-playing on Discord.
Careful. Take cover.
Or Tumblr. Oh, the Tumblr roleplay. Tumblr has always been like 4chan to me. Like, it's a very, very, very specific community that if you're not a part of it, you're not going to understand.
Bravo is taking fire. Defend the position.
Which I heard with like the 4chan hack, I was kind of glad to hear. I thought 4chan was finally going to be gone forever, but it looks like they're trying to rebuild the website to make it safer so that people can come back to 4chan. And all I can think is why can't we just let it go? Why do we need 4chan in the world?
The enemy has controlled the neutral item. Take it back.
I feel like we would be better off if we just said, you know what, this is no longer needed, and we just let it go away.
Enemy is taking Charlie.
Enemy engaging.
I feel like that would be the good move. It had its time in the sun, now let it go.
We're taking Delta. Securing Charlie.
Says there's one person here. Where is this one person guarding the flag? Oh, there they are.
The enemy is attacking Alpha.
Ultimate is ready.
Request
Repeat.
assistance
Ultimate is
immediately.
ready.
Oh, there's a bunch of people coming. We're kind of in trouble here. Oh, I can't believe we.
Hold your fire.
I can't believe we
We've taken the
survived
lead.
that.
Good job, team. Alpha is now in
Genuinely
enemy hands.
surprised that we made it through that alive.
Precision
Is
artillery
kick
is
still
ready
a
to
thing?
launch.
I don't think kick is still a thing. I don't think so. Is it?
Enemy is taking Alpha.
Kick still exists. Wow. You're good at Call of Duty? No.
Ultimate is ready.
No, I am not.
Ultimate is ready.
The only reason I look good at this game is because only like half of these people are actually players. The rest are bots. So that is the only reason I look like I'm actually good at this game, is because half these things are bots.
Cover me, I'm reloading. Careful, take cover.
I am pretty good at taking out bots, though. And I get to be a giant panda while I do it, so... Excuse me. You know, win-win.
Ultimate is ready. Repeat. Ultimate is ready.
Alright, let's go take our base back since no one else is doing it, apparently. Better than you, though? I mean, it just takes time. That's all it is sitting here streaming 3 times a week has made me better at the game, so... You, too, could be better at it if you spent all your mornings playing instead of doing something else. Something productive for society instead of being an influencer.
The enemy is attacking Bravo. Request assistance immediately.
I don't know if you've ever read
Securing
Homestuck, but then there's rants,
Stay
which is
alert.
essentially a very
We're taking
strong,
Alpha.
exclusive mutual hatred. The joke goes, that's what come when 4chaners stuck in. I am aware of Homestuck, like the existence of Homestuck, but I've never actually read it, because like back in the day I loved me some webcomics, but I got burned so many times on like, hey, I really love this webcomic, and then the artist goes on indefinite hiatus and the story never finishes, or a couple of my favorite webcomic artists went down the hole of like, wow, I make a decent amount of money off of this webcomic, but I would make a whole lot more money if I drew inappropriate pictures, so I am abandoning my webcomic to instead do adult webcomics. So I got burned so many times on different webcomics. I'm like, it's not even worth investing like my time and love into these anymore, because they're just gonna turn into
Justice
a
knows
disappointment
no
one
boundaries.
way or another. So I gave up on webcomics pretty early.
Securing Alpha. Stay alert.
Missiles
We're
away.
taking Alpha.
Like even long running ones like Penny Arcade. Penny Arcade has been going for what, like 25 years? Something crazy like that. And it's gone downhill also. Control Alt Delete, everyone thinks became a meme, and Control Alt Delete had some good stuff. I know that, like, honestly, the way that Tim Buckley was the way that Tim Buckley was treated for making Lost was so wholly unacceptable. Like, I get that it probably wasn't the best idea to turn it into a storyline in your webcomic, but dude was an artist expressing the grief over the death of his child. Like, he was trying to find some outlet for this thing that he's never explored in his world, and he's trying to understand and make sense of one of the greatest tragedies he's ever gonna face.
Watch out for enemy movements.
And people decided to turn it into a meme and make fun of him for it. And I thought that was the worst thing the internet has done in a long time. Who is Nathan Pyle? I'm not familiar with that name. Is that like Gomer Pyle?
Rally to me.
Charlie is taking fire. Defend the position.
Okay, there's a sniper waiting for me to peek my head out. Oh, well, she was smart. She went up. Homestuck is more than a webcomic. The only thing I know about the Homestuck fandom is the Homestuck fandom got banned from a bunch of comic conventions because their fans were so obnoxious. They would wear this really cheap gray paint and run around and scream memes and do random things, and they would basically ruin the venue by getting their terrible cheap gray spray paint all over things, and they would touch cosplayers and ruin their cosplay by getting the gray stuff all over their stuff. So a bunch of Homestuck fans got the Homestuck banned from like Comic-Con and such. That's the only thing I know about the Homestuck fandom. I'm shocked you don't know who someone is. I mean, I don't know who they are, but you do.
Precision artillery is ready to launch. Careful, take cover.
We're taking Charlie.
Rally to me!
So yeah, Homestuck was very disliked in the community for a long time. With, granted, good reason. There was definitely some good reason for that. I would be mad too if I spent a bunch of money on a cosplay and someone came up and got cheap spray paint all over it, you know. I definitely understand the frustration with that. Another thing I really hate in the Comic-Con cosplay dress-up community. I hate when somebody decides to become a Deadpool cosplayer because they want to walk around and be like, I'm so quirky, I'm going to lift up your skirt, I'm going to say random racist things, or I'm going to randomly punch you, or I'm going to grab your crotch, and it's like, I'm Deadpool, so I'm allowed to be random. Like, the fact that they're doing that just to go around and assault people and be inappropriate is one of the most annoying and gross things that I can think of. And it's so frustrating because every year there's a fresh crop of new Deadpool cosplayers who are doing it just so that they can do the annoying memes and be obnoxious, and I despise that so much. As far as I care, the Homestuck fandom is just me and my two friends. Nothing will ruin something you love more than joining the fandom. Like, I'm a huge Helldivers 2 fan. I love Helldivers 2. I got super into it. I've made over 100 videos, so like obviously I love me some Helldivers 2, and I got so excited for it, so I joined the what do you call it, the Discords and things like that. And all it was either haters, people who wanted to be in there and put people down, or like people who wanted to gatekeep other people out of the community. Like, it was just an awful experience. Just an awful experience. Like, I love Helldivers, hate the community.
Careful, take cover.
There was a girl who tried to dye herself gray by bathing in Sharpie ink. That
Rally to me!
that won't work. I'm sure she learned that, but that won't work.
Justice knows no boundaries.
I hope she learned that.
Watch out for enemy movements. Ultimate is ready. Repeat, ultimate is ready.
You cannot give up just yet.
Get up.
Reload.
There we go. Barkus, hello. You know who was another annoying community for a while there? The Homestar runner, the Trogdor and Burninating, and when that was really popular, that was a real annoying fandom for a while there too. The strong bad dudes.
Ultimate is ready. Repeat.
And don't get me
Ultimate is
wrong,
ready.
I too was an annoying kid who was annoying in different fandoms and communities that I was a fan of. So like,
We have Charlie.
we've all been there. We've all embraced the cringe.
We're taking
but
Delta.
hopefully you
We
could
are
grow
running
out of it and
time.
someday
We can't afford to
see those
lose.
mistakes, you know?
We are losing. It's our last chance. Fight with all you have.
Sharpie ink is
Charlie
alcohol
is
based. Don't
taking
need to be a
fire.
chemist to know why
Defend
intaking that
the
much alcohol
position.
through the skin is a bad idea. Some people have to learn the hard way.
Hold your fire.
We are taking Bravo. Enemy is taking Charlie. Securing target Delta.
Cover me. I'm reloading.
Oh, come on, reload faster, reload faster. We're dead, we're dead.
Delta is taking
I
fire.
can't believe we lived.
Defend the position.
Oh well, I thought I was gonna flank them, but they had the better idea, I guess.
Enemy is taking Delta.
Hold your fire. Watch out for enemy movements. Precision artillery is ready to launch.
Securing Bravo. Stay alert.
Rally to me.
Boom. Again, as far as I care, the Helldivers fandom is me and 7 other people I dive with the most. Some wholesome randoms and cadets and honorary members. I better be included in that.
Ultimate is
You might
ready.
as well include me.
Ultimate is ready.
But yeah, I get it. It is better to treat the fandom as a small group of friends rather than the whole, because if you treat it as the whole, you're always going to get disappointed. Like, another one I don't get is the
Reloading.
Invincible fandom. Like, I was a huge fan of Invincible. I enjoy
Watch out for enemy
the
movement.
show, the anime. I'm gonna start reading through the compendiums here soon. Like, I enjoy Invincible, so I went to the Invincible subreddits to say like, oh, what are other people who enjoy Invincible talking about? And they decided that the fandom for the subreddit needs to be Invincible Brain Rot. And so they'll post like the scene where Invincible is crying out to Cecil to save
Repeat.
save
Ultimate is
someone,
ready.
and he's all bloody from a fight. And like, no, that's not Invincible crying out to Cecil. He's actually yelling sea salt after he rubbed ketchup all over his body. Like, the most nonsensical, dumb, like, that's not even a funny joke. So like, what's the point of like, no, it's not actually what it is. I'm gonna try and gaslight you with this brain rot to see if that's funny. Like, I don't get it. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just don't get it, but it seems like a stupid waste of time to spend your time
Watch out for enemy movements.
arguing with strangers over who can make the most brain rot out of each individual scene, you know? Like,
Repeat.
why?
Ultimate is ready.
Why does that exist?
The perfect experiment.
$20,000 points. Best panda in show.
Hey.
All right, I think we got time for one more match. We'll do one more. I agree. There are very few fandoms that are actually normal, that act normal, that are just decent and wholesome. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Let's see. What is the most normal fandom out there? We dive in together at some point. May 8th, I want to say. I will be definitely diving heavy to make more content because we're going to have our next War Bond and most likely the invasion is going to happen around May 8th. So I will be diving again here soon to make some content and get some squids. Avatar: The Last Airbender is okay. Yeah, they're pretty okay. There's definitely some fringe parts of the Avatar group that get a little much, but yeah, the Avatar group is for the most part okay. Wallace Wells, welcome in. Hello. It just needs to be a niche community, right? If it's small, like the people who enjoy this game on Reddit, at least, have been very respectful. There's not like a whole bunch of not safe for work art. There's not a bunch of really cringe things. There's been decently good reception around this rather small community, but again, it's because it's small. The second a community gets large, it starts to get questionable. Comedically enough, the F and H is a very normal fandom. The Invincible fandom is pure brain rot. Some of it's downright hilarious, but it gets annoying after a point. Yes, it does get annoying. What is F and H?
Fight for justice. Fight for us.
And like, I got super into like Freerin. Freerin, I just finished watching the Freerin anime on Netflix. And I am prepared to say that after fully watching it, there was a little bit more fan service towards the end, and I was really upset that they were starting to add that in. But I will stand on my podium and I will say Freerin is the best anime
We are acquiring
ever.
Alpha.
I will fight people on that. I stand by it. Have you ever heard of something named Final Space? I've heard of others named before. I'm curious what you've thought about. I don't think I've heard of Final Space before.
We've lost the lead. Pick it up, team.
What is that one?
The first blood is theirs.
Oh, I missed a non-moving target. That was real embarrassing. Fight you?
Oh yeah.
Man, I can't
Reloading.
hit anything.
Cover me.
Attack on Titan is better. I need to watch Attack on Titan. I always start watching Attack on Titan and then I get bored of it before the end of season 1. So I've never actually I can't even finish it. I want to, but I've never actually finished it, so I need to. But I've heard the ending is pretty disappointing, so
Reloading.
I don't know if that's
Cover
actually
me.
true. But I'll take it back. If you consider Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime, that is the best anime ever made. But I know that is hotly debated in the anime communities,
We are
whether or
taking
not
Bravo.
you consider Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime.
Changing mag.
I love the idea of Attack on Titan. Like, the animation is great, and like the idea behind it is great. To be fair, there's no best anything in my opinion. I definitely understand that
Reloading. Cover
whenever
me.
you're talking about art, you have the subject, it's subject to opinion, so you're never going to actually reach a final consensus on it. I definitely agree with that, but I am just such a fan. Freerun had great music, it had great animation, it told a wonderful story. It showed that anime doesn't have to all be about combat scenes and overly complicated things. It was a beautiful story. They did such a good job.
Changing mag.
We are all allowed to have biases. Yes, we try and call out those biases. I know when I make videos, when I talk about opinionated things like best and worst game, I always try and put my biases up front. Like recently I did a video about like the most legendary streaks of games, like game publishers who just put out good game after good game after good game after good game. And a lot of people wanted to put FromSoft on that list because, you know, Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring. But I personally can't stand those games, so I was like, okay, I gotta try and put my biases against FromSoft aside. Did they objectively make a good set of games? Mister, there can never be a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale. There can be a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale. I do believe that, but 10 out of 10 has to be an absolute masterpiece. It has to be flawless in every single aspect. And I just think that people overrate so many games. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not a 10 out of 10. It has to have everything put together to become a 10 out of 10. In the same way that you won't find any Bethesda game. You know, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4 aren't going to be a 10 out of 10 because there are many flaws within the game. The closest thing you can have to a perfect 10 out of 10 game, I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. You have Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley has incredible writing, incredible story, incredible music, incredible gameplay, incredible graphics. That is a 10 out of 10. But if it doesn't have music, then it can't be a 10 out of 10. Music is a part of the experience. Who is shooting me? You can't see. Tetris. Tetris is a 10 out of 10. Even though it's lacking in the story department, that is because from its era, you know, story wasn't really a thing in its era, so I give it a pass on that. But the music, the gameplay loop, the fact that people are still playing it, what, 40, 50 years later, like... Even as a big fan, I say FromSoft's run was absolutely not flawless. Demon's Souls ran on old hardware, too old to be great. Dark Souls 2 divided the fandom, and Bloodborne is an exclusive. See, I've never really played any of them, so I don't know any of that. I just avoid it. I just avoid all... Oh, hey. I didn't know there was a key to swap what shoulder you're shooting. That's good to know. All right, we're pinned down here. We're in some trouble, so we're gonna call some artillery on ourselves, and hopefully that will stop these guys from advancing a little bit.
The item is ready for drop.
Metal Gear Solid 3. I would put Metal Gear Solid 3 as a solid 10 out of 10. It has great music within it. It's got great gameplay. It's got a great story if you can understand it. Great character writing. It's fun. Doom 1993, original Doom. Flawless. Some of the most masterful music ever made. Some of the most fun gameplay. Again, the fact that people are still making mods and playing Doom 1993 in 2025 speaks to it being an absolute flawless masterpiece. But like, so everyone's saying Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be the best game ever. Like, I guarantee the story is going to be weak. I guarantee that it's going to be a big empty world full of nothing. And the music, I mean, the music's going to be cheating, right? They're just going to use real life music, so that doesn't really count, I don't think.
Fire in the hole. Reloading. Company. Taking fire.
I guess they do make some original content, like Grand Theft Auto 4 at least had like the comedy radio, so I guess that sort of counts, but not quite. I don't know if that one counts, honestly, actually.
The enemy has controlled the
Minecraft might be my only 10 out of 10. I never fully bought into the Minecraft craze. Like, I enjoyed Minecraft, don't get me wrong, but I never got so deep into it and enjoyed it. I know the way that so many other people did. Which is fine, right? Not everyone has to enjoy every single thing. Not every game has to be made for every person, but I never got deep into Minecraft.
Securing target Bravo. We are leading. Well
Honestly,
done, soldiers.
on this conversation, I always wanted to
We are
say,
taking a neutral item.
I always want to go back and play Mario 3 and see if Mario 3 really is the masterpiece that everyone says that it is. Because I want to go back and see, is it just nostalgia or is Mario 3 actually good? It's like saying Forrest Gump's soundtrack doesn't count. Okay, it's a little bit different for movies, I feel, because no one's making an original soundtrack for movies, I don't feel like. I guess that's not true. That I guess they did, like, Disney's hired Phil Collins to make like the Tarzan soundtrack, right? So I guess they do make original soundtracks in that way. So yeah, I'll say Forrest Gump doesn't count. Forrest Gump is disqualified. What game is this? This is Wild Assault, the furry battlefield.
We've lost
Mario
Charlie.
3 is definitely good. I don't contend that it's good. It's definitely good.
Be careful.
But is it a 10 out of 10 masterpiece is the question. I can't believe I missed that shot. There we go.
Changing map.
All right, Bubble. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by as always.
Nowhere to hide.
You're so incredibly wrong. Does that surprise you, Dex? That shouldn't surprise you.
The enemy is attacking Bravo. Compilation
Taking
completed.
fire.
Also, I've
Neutral
seen
item is
Forrest
ours.
Gump, and it was a good movie. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I think it's overrated. Like, overhyped. Like, people hype up Forrest Gump way too much.
We've lost Bravo.
But that's because you're competing with some real classics out there, like Law-Abiding Citizen. Law-Abiding Citizen is a darn near perfect movie. Anything with Gerard Butler is just amazing. 300, Law-Abiding Citizen, Olympus Has Fallen. Like, Gerard Butler is the best actor to have ever walked the earth. Hands down. I will not be taking notes.
Air support ready.
Don't start. You're the one who started it by bringing up Forrest Gump. This is on you.
Reloading. Cover me.
Man, I'm gonna have to
Securing
watch
Bravo.
Law-Abiding Citizen
Stay
again.
alert.
Now I'm gonna have to go watch that movie. It's such a good movie.
Be careful. It's an
Oh,
ambush.
there's. Oh, come on! Wow,
We've lost
embarrassing.
the lead.
Changing map.
There we go. Can I be a mod? Maybe. I don't just make anyone a mod. If you show up consistently and constantly and enforce the values of the stream, you too can be a mod. But it takes time. Like All Might, you too can be a hero. Let's go take A. Looks like A is pretty unguarded. We can go get that. Which I heard that they're that they just uncanceled My Hero Academia. That people were so upset with the ending that he said fine. He rewrote the ending. People were still upset. So that it sounds like they are going to be putting another season of My Hero Academia into production. Which I can't say that I'm excited for, because like if the author finished the story, the author told the story that the author wanted to tell, I can't imagine that forcing him to do another season will be good. But you know, I'm willing to go into it with an open mind. But I have low hopes for it.
Hold your fire.
Very low hopes for the next season.
We have Alpha.
You still haven't finished? Well, the next season isn't even out yet. There's the next season won't start until I want to say
Changing
August,
mag.
September.
Hold on.
Speaking of September, in September we are getting Borderlands 4, and while I originally wasn't really hyped for it because Borderlands has been okay as of late, they finally added the feature that I've always wanted, which is where the guns can have parts from different manufacturers. So you can get like a Jacobs scope, and you can get ammunition from a Torg and a Maliwan barrel. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that. And if the guns have that much customization to them,
Reloading.
I think
Cover
that
me.
we're going to get a
Bravo
good
is
Borderlands.
taking
I think
fire.
Borderlands
Defend
4
the position.
might
in the
be
hole.
it. They're implementing some things fans wanted. It looks good. They did embarrass themselves
Bravo
a little
is
bit
now
though.
in
They did
enemy
release.
hands.
They were showing off the movement in their system. Like, check out the new movement in our
Enemy is
game,
taking
and it was some of the most
The
sad
enemy is
movement I've
taking
seen
the
in a
lead.
game. Like, it was
Don't let
very
them get
slow,
away with
very
this.
boring, very floaty. So that
Changing
was kind of a
mag. I
miss.
got you in my scope.
But I'm still holding out hope that Borderlands 4 is going to be good. I really hope it is. Ah, they were waiting for me. You're way behind. No time like the present. It's worth watching. My Hero Academia is solid all the way through, though. There's definitely, as we've talked about, some things I disagree with the artist. Definitely some decisions that he's made that are questionable, and some fan service that I really don't like. But overall, I still think it's a solid experience. Definitely worth watching. Definitely better than One Piece. I gotta get started on Berserk though. Emmy was walking around in a store and saw a book for Berserk and was kind of interested in it. So now we're gonna go watch some Berserk. After we're gonna finally finish Castlevania. For some reason, we always start Castlevania and never finish it. So I want to see the end of Castlevania. It opens so strong. Like season 1 of Castlevania on Netflix is like some of the best four episodes in
Pull
TV.
yourself together, soldiers.
Granted, that's a very niche category, but
Neutral item has landed. Alpha is taking fire. Defend the position.
I really enjoyed Castlevania.
Tango in sight.
Alpha is now in enemy hands.
Taking
Securing
fire.
target Charlie.
All right, that's 3 people down. Let's go get one more. There's a fox somewhere in here. Oh,
Taking Alpha.
well, we're dead.
We've lost the lead.
The cow
Pick it
got
up,
me from
team.
behind. Trying to think of the movie I'm hyped for. Since we're talking about movies, one of the movies I'm hyped for this year is looks like we're gonna get Megan 2. And you know, the first Megan was not a masterpiece. Like, I'm not gonna tell you it's the best movie ever made or anything like that, but it was dumb fun. And I really appreciated that about the first Megan movie. So I'm really excited to see what they do with Megan 2. They also released in like horror. I think didn't Steamboat Willie like hit the public domain? So they made a Steamboat Willie horror in the same vein of like the Blood and Honey Winnie the Pooh horror that they made.
Taking the neutral item. Neutral item is under control.
I feel like I haven't seen a good horror movie in forever. Now that I'm thinking about it, what's the last horror movie that I went and saw that was super good? I feel like so many horror movies go into like the, oh, it's cheesy, over the top fun, which I have no problem with, but like, I'd also like a serious horror movie every now and then, you know? One that takes itself seriously and is actually good. Not like Stephen King with It, that tries to be serious but is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Reloading.
I hear they're doing the same for Bambi. Yeah, there is a Bambi horror movie coming.
Taking fire.
Sinners has been getting. I don't know nothing about. I heard the name Sinners, but I know nothing about it. Do you know?
Scope.
Do you know anything about it?
Taking fire.
Let's move up on these guys. That was bad position. We need this crate. If we lose this crate, we lose the game. So we gotta hold the crate, dudes. Hold the crate. Please.
The enemy is taking the neutral. Compilation completed.
We got it.
The
All right, we're
neutral
gonna
item
win.
is ours.
That's why it's getting rave reviews.
Be careful.
I'll check it out. I'll give it a look.
Charlie is
Oh, that's
taking
not good.
fire. Defend the position.
Can't believe I missed that close to that dude. That was embarrassing. That was some embarrassing gameplay right there. No lie.
Charlie is now an
Taking
enemy.
fire. Tango in sight.
Ooh, there's a lot of people here. This is a bad idea to spawn here. Oh, he interrupted my sniping. We also are getting the King of the Hill revival is coming. We're gonna get the King of the Hill revival sometime in the next few months. And I don't know how I feel about that. Owen, how's your day going? It is going pretty good so far. I'm just getting started with a little streaming. We're almost done streaming for the day, and then it's time for chores and work and all that sort of thing. Unfortunately, so it started off good and it's gonna get worse.
Taking out.
Hold your fire. Reloading. Cover me.
Stay alert.
I don't know if they're gonna do King of the Hill justice, right? Like, King of the Hill is a classic. Not every episode was the best episode ever. There was definitely some episodes, but I just don't know that they're gonna do it justice. But I've heard that like the Beavis and Butthead remake was pretty good, so maybe, and that's Mike Judge's work too, right? So like maybe
We've lost the lead.
maybe it'll be good.
Cover me. I'm reloading.
I'm willing to hear them out, but I'm ready for them to absolutely ruin it.
Air support ready.
I'm excited for it. I loved King of the Hill. King of the Hill is solid all the way through. It's got good humor. It's not afraid to poke fun at all sides. Like, they definitely make fun of conservatives. They make fun of liberals. Like, they're not afraid to just poke fun at all sides and have a good time with it. I know that some people hate Peggy, and Peggy's ego definitely gets annoying, but like, they write her character so well that she's just one of those characters that, like, yes, she's annoying, but she's supposed to be annoying, so they're writing her well if you're annoyed by her, right? So like, I'm excited to see what they do, but I'm also prepared for disappointment. What is this furry game? This is Wild Assault. It came out about 3 weeks ago. It's fairly small. There's only about like 1,500 active players, so there's a lot of bots in the game, but it's a fun shooter. I have fun with it, so this is my game, kind of go-to game right now for when I just want to zone out and have some fun. Right now I'm trying to unlock a better sniper rifle
Securing target Bravo.
so that I can miss even better.
We are leading. Well done, soldiers.
You know what show needs a revival is South Park. I know that they're still technically running, but I feel like the last few seasons of South Park have definitely like missed the mark, have not been very good. So I would like for them to rework it from the ground up. I would love them to try again.
Cover me.
Or if they're burned out and done with it, maybe it's time to just be done with it. I get that networks are afraid to let their cash cows go, and I definitely understand they want to milk South Park for every dollar they can, but like, I feel like it hasn't been good in a while.
Cover me.
And I don't feel like that's
Cover's
going to
low.
change anytime
Time to
soon,
go.
so I think they need to shake it up a little bit.
Reloading. Cover me.
I shot that dude in the butt. Which,
Victory is
okay,
within grasp.
embarrassing
Keep
memory,
fighting, soldiers.
because I was an immature and dumb kid. The old Medal of Honor games, at the end of every level of Medal of Honor, it would tell you all the shots you made. So it would say you shot 10 headshots and you got 12 shoulder shots and 3 hand shots and 43 body shots. It would count every shot you got and tell you how you did. And it had a very special selection for groin shots. It would tell you how many groin shots you got, and I spent more time than I would like to admit as a dumb kid replaying the game and specifically going for groin shots and seeing if I could end each match with the highest number of groin
your
shots
team,
because I
soldier.
thought it was hilarious. So awful, so cringy, but I did a groin shot only run through of Medal of Honor way back in the day. To be young and dumb. Ah, I can't believe I missed that shot.
Changing mag.
Boom! Headshot. I don't like South Park, but if anything, they should just be doing situational specials. That's kind of what they've moved to, is like just longer specials. But they also had like Randy take the reins. They put Randy and Towley at the center for a while, and I did not like that change at all. So
That's what I'm talking about.
not a fan of Randy. All right, did we get enough points that we unlocked the sniper rifle that we've been working towards? Let's find out. The answer is no. We still need 127 points. No, 117 points. So 1 or 2 more matches, but unfortunately cannot do that. I am done for the day. It's time to go do some chores, go make some breakfast, and get ready for the day. So as always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, today we pray for the intentions of our Holy Father, the Pope. Pray for his soul that he may enter into your everlasting love of heaven, and that his lasting legacy, impacts, and wishes for the world, whether it be for global warming, climate change, peace, for help for immigrants. Lord, help us to bring about the change the Pope wished to see. We pray for all those who are sick, people who are struggling with cancer, anxiety, diabetes, whatever the illness may be. Lord, help them. We pray for all those who don't have enough food and water. Lord, help to provide for them. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, all the souls who've been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching me today. We will be back at it on Monday. Thank you so much for being here and enjoying. I always appreciate talking with you all. It's a great way to start the weekend. So have a blessed day, every single one of you, and we will see you again on Monday.